Hey friends, there's a funny paradox hiding in plain sight in the modern world, and once you notice it, it becomes impossible to unsee. Capitalism by design has decentralization embedded into it. Meritocracy, by definition, also has decentralization embedded into it. In theory, these two should overlap beautifully, like two perfectly aligned circles in a Venn diagram. Capitalism distributes economic opportunity through markets, and meritocracy distributes success through ability and performance. So naturally, you would expect a world where capitalism produces meritocratic outcomes. But when we actually look around, the overlap of these two circles is smaller than it should be, sometimes much smaller. Why? Because capitalism is decentralized in mechanism, but not always in power. Markets, in theory, reward efficiency, innovation, and competence. Anyone with a good idea, enough grit, and maybe a little bit of luck can create value and rise up. That's the promise. The mythology, even. It's the garage startup turning into a $1 trillion company. It's the student with a laptop building the next global platform. But here's the twist: markets may start decentralized, yet they often consolidate. Success attracts capital, capital attracts influence, influence shapes regulation, regulation protects incumbents, and suddenly the open arena of competition slowly begins to resemble a gated community. Capitalism is fantastic at generating winners. What it is less fantastic at doing is constantly refreshing the pool of winners. This is where meritocracy is supposed to step in. Meritocracy says the best ideas win. The most capable people rise. Skill, intelligence, creativity, these are the currencies that determine outcomes. But meritocracy quietly assumes something very important: a level playing field. And the truth is, capitalism does not automatically guarantee that playing field. In fact, it can sometimes distort it because capital compounds, networks compound, access compounds. And once these things begin compounding, the system starts rewarding position as much as it rewards performance. Now, don't get me wrong, capitalism still produces incredible meritocratic stories. Engineers from small towns building global products, creators bypassing gatekeepers through the internet, founders disrupting entire industries from a rented apartment. These stories exist, and they are real, but they coexist with another reality: large institutions becoming harder to challenge, credential systems becoming gatekeepers, and influence often traveling with connections rather than competence. Think of it like a competitive video game. The match starts fair, everyone spawns with the same equipment. But after a few rounds, some players accumulate better weapons, stronger armor, and bigger alliances. At some point, new players entering the game are technically free to compete, but practically speaking, they're entering a battlefield where the power distribution is already uneven. That's capitalism drifting away from meritocracy. And yet, here's the optimistic part: the story isn't finished. Every time technology lowers barriers, decentralization comes roaring back. The internet allowed creators to bypass media companies. Open source software allowed programmers to collaborate without corporate permission. AI tools are now allowing individuals to do work that once required entire departments. Each wave resets the board just a little. New players enter, new merit surfaces, old power structures wobble. The tension between capitalism and meritocracy isn't a bug of the system, it's almost the engine of it. One side accumulates power, the other side disrupts it. The real question isn't whether capitalism perfectly produces meritocracy. It doesn't. The real question is whether our systems remain dynamic enough for merit to keep punching holes in concentrated power. Because when decentralization is alive, when barriers fall, when tools become accessible, when ideas can travel freely, that's when the two circles start overlapping again. And honestly, we might be entering one of those moments right now.